So to begin our meditation, ensure you are indeed in a comfortable position, seated and or lying down, one of ease and relaxation. Let's begin just by scanning our physical body from head to toe, checking for tension, tightness, pain, disturbance, beginning with your head, face, neck, shoulders, arms, hands and fingers, upper body, chest and abdomen, upper and lower back, scanning the lower body, pelvic area, thighs, knees, calves, feet and toes. If you access, discover tightness, tension, pain, disturbance in any area, bring awareness to that right now. Rather than pushing away, bring awareness into that. Now consciously softening the energy, consciously relaxing the energy, and releasing where possible. Now shifting our energy, let's breathe together for 3 simple counts. On each count, breathing in and out. In through the nose and out through the mouth, if that is possible. At the top of the in-breath, hold for a moment, and on the out-breath, sigh slightly as follows. And let go. Let's breathe together to the count of 1. And relax. Consciously slowing down the breath now to the count of 2. Relaxing. Full awareness on the breath as we breathe to the count of 3. And relax. Now bringing awareness within, beyond the thinking mind, going back to the seat of the witness, the seat of consciousness, to that still, quiet place. And for a moment now, go to a time where you had a lucid dream. Perhaps you were flying in that dream. And notice that when that happened, you had full awareness. You may have said, I'm dreaming, look, I'm flying. Awareness of the dream, actually conscious to know that you are flying in the dream and that you are dreaming the dream. Notice the difference, the distinction between that type of dream, of being aware that you are aware, and one where you were totally caught up in the dream. And notice that that distinction is the same difference between being aware. You are aware in your daily life and not being aware that you are aware. The moment you are aware, witnessing from the seat of consciousness, you are no longer completely immersed in the events around you. You are consciously aware that you are the one who is experiencing the events and corresponding thoughts and emotions. Notice that right now, when a thought is created, and thoughts arise spontaneously all the time, yet notice when the thought is created in this state of awareness, you do not get lost in it. You remain aware that you are the one who is thinking the thought. Aware and lucid. When you are seated in the seat of self, you are lucid. Bringing the question, where are you when you are not seated deeply enough within the self to be the conscious experiencer? Noticing now that consciousness has the ability to focus. The essence of consciousness is awareness. Awareness has the ability to become more aware of one thing and less aware of something else. Consciousness, you have the ability to focus on certain objects, to focus your consciousness on one place. Who taught you to do that? Was there a teacher, a moment in school where you were taught how to take your consciousness and move it somewhere in order to focus on something? Pay attention to the fact that nobody taught you this. It was intuitive and completely natural. You have always known how to do it. Most likely, nobody discussed the nature of consciousness with you. The way that you have learned, the way that you continue to learn about consciousness is through your own direct experience. Bring awareness to right now how you can be aware of a wide field of objects. Even with your eyes closed, notice that there is no boundary. If you are in a room, you can go outside that room. And that field of consciousness can expand and expand and expand. Or it can be so focused on one object that you are unaware of anything else. for a moment, just do that. Bring awareness to one simple object, regardless of what it is mentally. A flower, a painting, a person. Notice even with your eyes closed, you can pay great attention to that object. Notice great detail. Now allow your mind to once again expand beyond that one object. To your home, being aware of the entirety of your home. Being aware of outside your home, your town, city, the country that you were in. Expanding awareness across the entire country, across the entire globe, Earth. And notice that you can bring awareness outside of that, beyond our planet. You can focus on one object, be unaware of anything else, or you can expand to include everything. Returning to the one object. That focus on one thing. How that is what happens when you get lost in thought. You are listening, you are reading, you are watching, and suddenly you're not there anymore. Notice how that happens all the time. We start thinking about something else. How outside objects, mental thoughts, catch your attention at any time. Yet the important point, it is still the same awareness, whether it is focused on the outside or on your thoughts. Consciousness has the ability to concentrate on different things. The subject, you, consciousness, have the ability to selectively focus awareness on specific objects. Now, stepping back for a moment, you will clearly see that objects are constantly passing before you at all three levels: mental, emotional, and physical. Notice that when you are not centered, your consciousness gets attracted towards one or more of those objects and focuses on them. If you concentrate or focus enough, notice how your sense of awareness loses itself in the object itself. No longer aware that it is aware of the object. How easily you become object conscious. How deeply absorbed in watching TV, noticing that you have no awareness of where you're sitting or anything else that's going on in that room, absorbed in watching TV. How you get lost in the objects you are focused upon. The difference is, instead of sitting in your living room, getting absorbed in the TV, you are sitting in your center of consciousness, absorbed in the screens of mind, emotion, and images. Notice as you concentrate on the world of the physical senses, it draws you in. Your emotional and mental reactions then draw you in even further. Pay attention to, notice that at that point, you are no longer sitting in the centered self. You are absorbed in the inner show that you are watching. You may notice a pattern of thoughts. And they are as familiar and comfortable to you as you are with the living space of your home. Notice that you also have emotions that are your norm. Certain amount of fear, certain amount of love, certain amount of insecurity. Notice that as certain things happen, one or more of these emotions flare up and dominate your awareness, and then settle back down to the norm. That at those times you are so preoccupied with controlling your world of thought, emotion, physical sensations that you don't even know you are in there. You are now in the process of bringing awareness to that. Now let's just take a moment to regroup that meditation